Back now with the marine life marvel. Never before seen video capturing the moment two orcas are pulverizing their prey. Take a look. That just doesn't even sound good. You can see one of the orcas holding the tail of a sunfish before another orca rams into it, smashing it into thousands of pieces. Orcas are known for their ruthless hunting strategies, but researchers are saying this kind of behavior is rare to catch on camera. We want to bring in biologist and whale researcher Hanne Strager to break down what we just saw. Hanne, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let's take a look again at that phenomenal video, of a phenomenon. Walk me through what exactly is happening here. Are they orchestrating this behavior, and why go after the sunfish in that way?
Yes, they are orchestrating it, as you call it, or you could also say they are coordinating it, they are collaborating, and both of it is, they do that all the time. They coordinate their hunting, they collaborate when they hunt, but this specific behavior has never been filmed before, and it is, as you say, it is quite stunning to look at. One whale holding the tail of the sunfish or the mola, and then the other one swimming away, coming at high speed, ramming it so that it explodes. And the whale that's holding it let go just the minute before, a second before it's rammed. So it's very well coordinated.
So it's a definite, Hanne, team effort. And do we know why? Would this be for sport? Is it cruelty? We know orcas are very smart animals. How do you explain it?
Well, the researchers who documented this first from the Gulf of California, from the Sea of Cortez, they are suggesting two different ideas, and they're not mutually exclusive. One is that this is a way of breaking the fish up into smaller pieces so that it's easier for juveniles to come and feed on it. And we certainly see that's happening. And we also see, actually, that the juveniles are moving in, picking up the pieces and eating them. It's also a possibility, and the authors are suggesting that there's an element of play in this, just as there is play in many parts of predators' behavior around the animals they're preying on. So it's possible that it's both play and something that breaks up a mola or a sunfish has a hard shell, almost like a hard. Some scientists call it an exoskeleton, which is made of like a fibrous tissue, and this can break it up.
Well, that certainly explains the sound of the impact. All right, Hanne, bear with me now. We have sort of our own deep sea aquarium here to get a better understanding of just the massive scale of these animals, right? So first, this is the sunfish over my shoulder right here. They grow to up to 11 feet and 4,000 pounds or more. If you think that's big, and just for context, I'm 6'5". Over my shoulder, this is the orca, 23 feet. They get to be that big, right? This would just drown out, no pun intended, any human being standing next to it. So why is it that an orca of this size, any orca for that matter, would go after a sunfish? Is that their typical prey, or is it just bad timing for the sunfish in this case?
Killer whales or orcas all over the world specialize in eating many different things, and sunfish is a prey item that is quite popular in tropical areas. So it's well documented that they eat sunfish in the Pacific and in the Indian Ocean, and also in the Sea of Cortez. The sunfish are quite fatty and very nutritious, so it's a good thing for them to eat. And as you say, they are quite big, so there's food for more than one killer whale or orca when they get one.
You know what? They say the orcas are the apex predator of the ocean, so I guess that makes sense within the context of what you're saying here. I would also ask, Hanne, that this is far from the only instance of orcas playing violent games. You know, we've seen several instances of the animals torpedoing into boats, sometimes even sinking them. Does that mean that their behavior here is not just about hunting, but that there could be more layers to it?
Yeah, I think when you are dealing with very intelligent and very social animals, you will often see that they develop plays and what we would say they are cunning, or they are doing things that we don't like when they are treating sailboats like this. But for people who have tried this, have been on these sailboats, they have actually also come out and said, well, the minute the boat started to sink or the rudder was destroyed, they lost interest in it. They were not interested in us on board. They were just fiddling with the boat. So I think we'll have to accept that when we're dealing with very intelligent and very social animals, they do play.
They are quite mischievous, and it's super cunning, Hanne, until you're in that boat, and then it's a completely different story. Hanne Strager, thank you so much for the insight tonight. We really appreciate it.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.